Alright, this is the tie rod off of my 96 Ford F150. It's a 4x4. Now I learned how to take the tie rods off and replace them by using the other videos on YouTube, which were really good. However, what I did notice that they were lacking was they didn't show the specific new parts, the new tie rods that they use. So let me go over that real quick. Alright, I used MOOG and I got these off of Rock Auto, and I think the price was just a little over $100 for everything. So this was the outer left tie rod and the outer right tie rod, and this was specifically for four-wheel drive, it said. Now this is the right adjusting sleeve and this is the left adjusting sleeve. I don't remember if these differentiated between four-wheel drive. It might have, but these are the ones that I got and they did fit. This is the right inner tie rod and it did not specify four-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. And here is left inner tie rod and it did not specify rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. However, I did order this one here, DS1177. Rock Auto said left inner four-wheel drive, but as you'll see from the video, it did not fit my my setup. That's the left inner there. It was too short and it was well, it had a curve in it, a bend. It obviously did not fit. I had to send it back and got that one, which did fit. First you want to jack up your vehicle, put it on jack stands, and of course take off the front wheels. This is the passenger side outer tie rod. You can see how that rubber boot there has deteriorated and basically leaked all over. So you got to remove this cotter pin that's on the outer tie rod passenger side. This cotter pin, that's the one on the driver's side, and then the cotter pin up here on your pitman arm. Alright, so first I'm going to start here on the passenger side outer tie rod. Now I squirted PB Blaster all these castle joints, both outer tie rods and then on the pitman arm. So it seemed to have worked pretty well. Now we're going to do the driver's side outer tie rod. Now I'm kind of glad that PB Blaster did seem to do its job, because these are quite easy to take off. Now the castle nut on the pitman arm, and this one was the loosest one of all. Very easy to take off. That just comes right out of there. Now to separate the outer tie rods, I'm just going to use that tie rod separator, or they call it pickle fork. Yeah, I got this from Harbor Freight, as you can tell. This is about $10. Alright, that pickle bar did not work. I put it in there, but that tie rod would not drop. So what I did was I sprayed some PB Blaster in here, and then I took my sledgehammer and I pounded the top. I left that castle nut on there, and I also pounded right here. The other videos that I saw, this thing just dropped when they stuck the pickle bar in there and pounded it in, but it did not drop for me, so I had to really pound it with the sledge here and here, and it finally dropped. So let me do the same to the other side, because the pickle bar is not working on that side either. So I'm going to spray some PB Blaster in here. Let that soak in there. So like I said, I tried the pickle bar on this driver's side as well, and it will not drop. So I'm going to hit up here on this. I left the castle nut on here. There we go. Well, we got the old tie rod out. There's the old one. All the new tie rod parts are right here. I got it from Rock Auto. I guess I'll be sending this one back. Rock Auto said this was left inner for four-wheel drive. Obviously it's not. It's shorter and got much more bend in it. That's great. So this was the part number for left inner tie rod for a 4x4. Well, we got the correct part in. The left inner tie rod. The other one did not fit. This is the part number for the left inner tie rod, at least on my truck. And it's a 4x4. So, as you can see from the video, the other inner tie rod did not fit. This is the part number for the left inner tie rod that did not fit, and it said it was for a four-wheel drive, but obviously it didn't fit my truck. So before you put on the new tie rods, make sure you compare it to the old and measure the distance on the adjusting sleeves. Then tighten all your castle nuts down with the 13/16. Make sure you put your cotter key in the castle nut and bend that around the other side on each castle nut. Tighten your adjusting sleeve. Don't forget to put your grease fittings, your Zerks, in. Then make sure you grease all your Zerks. So everything is tightened up and it's all greased, and tomorrow I'll get it professionally aligned at an alignment shop. And there you go. The manager does not seem to approve